Hello friends, today we will learn the calculations for Vimshottari MahaDasha AntarDasha and PratyantarDasha. So Vimshottari MahaDasha is of 120 years and there are 5 subdivisions. First is MahaDasha, then AntarDasha, then PratyantarDasha, then Dasha and then PranDasha. Vimshottari is also nakshatra based. If your moon lies in either of these three, then at the time of birth you will get Ketu Mahadasha. Similarly, for the rest of these, if it is in Pushya, Radha, or Uttar Bhadrapad, then your birth will be in Saturn Mahadasha. And similarly, for Ashlesha, Jyeshta, and Revati, the Mercury will be the Mahadasha Lord at the time of birth, and then this sequence follow. Whatever is your birth Mahadasha, the planet next to it in this sequence will be, for example, somebody is born in Saturn Mahadasha, so after completing Saturn Mahadasha, next will be Mercury, then Ketu, Venus. Somebody is born in Sun Mahadasha, then next will be Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu, then Venus. So let's do the calculation. Mahadasha of a native born on 28/1944 and time of birth is 8/11/40 IST. Place of birth is Mumbai and moon was at 4 sign past 17 degree 8 arc minute. To calculate the Mahadasha running at the time of birth, we require the longitude of moon. Based on the longitude of moon, we have to calculate the nakshatra running at the time of birth, and based on that nakshatra will know that whosoever is the Mahadasha Lord. Steps for calculating the Mahadasha is convert the longitude of moon to arc minute including sign, and span of one nakshatra is 13 degree 20 arc minute, so we will convert it into arc minute, so it remains 800 arc minute. Now the divide of longitude of moon by 800, whatever is the longitude of moon in the step 1, we'll divide it, then we'll get something AB dot CDEF. So AB is the nakshatra which has passed and dot will be the nakshatra which is running, from which we will do the calculation. The longitude of moon was 4 signs 17 degree and 8 arc minute, and 1 sign is equal to 30 degree and 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute. So we convert these values into arc minute and we get 8228 divided by 800, it is 10.285. So it is the 11th nakshatra running, and 11th nakshatra is Purv Falguni, and the lord of Purv Falguni is Venus. Purv Falguni and the lord is Venus, and the span of Mahadasha is of 20 years. This is the span of Mahadasha for 20 years. This much passed and this much is remaining. So 1 minus 0.285 is equal to 0.715. Whatever is the value which we get, we multiply by the Mahadasha duration given by Maharishi Parashar. So we multiply by 20, so it shows 14.3 years. We will convert this 14 years, and 0.3 can be converted into months by multiplying by 12. So it is 14 years 3.6 months. So it is 14 years 3 months, and 0.6 can be converted into days as 18 days. 1 month equal to 30 days. So the dasha remaining after the birth is 14 years 3 months and 8. So date of birth is 28/1944. If we add 18 days 3 months and 14 years into it, so it is 20 plus 18 38, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 1958. If we subtract 30 from 38, because days should be between 1 to 30, so we get 8, and we for this we are adding 1 here, so we will get this. So Venus Mahadasha for this native will remain from Venus Mahadasha for this native ends on 8/12/1958. We know Mahadasha is of 20 years. If we subtract 20 out of it, then we'll get the start date for the Mahadasha. Similarly, after Venus, next is Sun, and Sun is of 6 years, so we add directly 6 years. Then Moon for 10 years, then it will be 1974 it ends. Then Mars for 7 years, 81. 18 years for Rahu, 1999. Then 16 years for Jupiter, 2015. Then 19 years for Saturn, 2034. Then 17 years for Mercury, 2050. 7 years for Ketu. So this is the cyclic from 1938 till 2058. It is 120 years span. Let's calculate the AntarDasha in which native and his brother were born. So native date of birth is 28/1944 and brother date of birth is 14, 12, 1946. First we calculated the Mahadasha, then let's calculate the Antardasha. Formula for calculation of Antardasha is multiply the Mahadasha period of two planets whose Mahadasha slash Antardasha needs to be calculated. Multiply the last digit of the product by 3. This will give us days, and remaining figure of the product will give us months. So Venus Mahadasha ends 1958. We subtract 20. So Venus Mahadasha started at 8/12/1938. So it started at 8/12/1938 and ended on 8/12/1958. So since Venus is the Mahadasha lord, first will Antardasha will be of Venus, then the same sequence Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu will follow. Since it is Venus into Venus, so it is 20 into 20, 400. Last digit is 0, so into 3 as shown written over there, it is 0 days. Remaining part is 40, so it is 40 months. So it is an easy calculation, so that you need not to do the complicated math. Simple. Last digit multiply by 3, it will give days, and then remaining part is 40 months, so which is 3 year 4 months. So if we add 3 year 4 month into 1938, then we'll get 8 16 1941. Since month can be from 1 to 12, so we subtract 12 and we add here. Venus Antardasha ended on 8 for 1942. Now Antardasha of Sun. Since Mahadasha is of Venus is of 20 years and Mahadasha of Sun is of 6 years, so 26 is 120. Last digit is 0. Again it will multiply by 3, will give 0, and remaining is 12 months, which is equal to 1 year. So we add 1 year in it. So Sun Antardasha ended on 8/4 1943. Next is Moon. So 20 is Mahadasha period of Venus and 10 is of Moon. 200 last is 0. So again 20 months, which is 1 year 8 months. So we add 1 year 8 month into this. So we add the end of Antardasha of Moon as 8/12/1944. Now Antardasha of Mars. Mahadasha of Mars is of 7 years. 20 into 7, 140, then 14 months. So it is 1 year 2 months. So we add it into this previous Mahadasha, and we add 1 year 2 months into it. So we get 8 days 2 months and 1946 as the end date for Mars Antardasha. Next is Antardasha of Rahu. Mahadasha is of 18 years into 2360, so it is 3 years. So it is from 8 to 1946 to 8 to 1949. Note, we have to do the calculation for that Antardasha only till where our event lies. Since native was born on 28 1944, so we could have ended that it here only if it is for native only. That native is born in Venus Mahadasha and Moon Antardasha. As the Moon Antardasha started from this through this. Brother was born in Rahu Antardasha because brother date of birth is 14/12/1946 and Rahu Antardasha started at 8/2/1946 and it ends at 8/2/1949. The brother was born in Rahu Antardasha under Venus Mahadasha. So this is the Antardasha calculation. We have in the exam we have to solve till Antardasha where our event lies. Let's calculate the PratyantarDasha in which marriage and the child of native happened. So child 1 was born 1970, child 2 was 1972 and marriage was on 25 1968. Here we have calculated it is in the Moon Mahadasha. From 1964 to 1974 it is Moon's Mahadasha is running. So formula for calculation of Pratyantar Dasha is multiply the Mahadasha duration of planet whose Mahadasha is running with the Mahadasha duration of the planet whose Antardasha is running with the Mahadasha duration of the planet whose Pratyantardasha is running. So earlier we were multiplying with Mahadasha and Antardasha for Antardasha calculation, and here we are doing the multiplication of three: Mahadasha Lord, Antardasha Lord, and then the Pratyantardasha Lord. Whatever is the product divided by 40, it will give you the Pratyantardasha in days. Now let's do the calculation. That Mahadasha we know was Moon Mahadasha I showed above. So Moon Mahadasha started at 8/12/1964 and it ended on 8/12/1974, and both marriage and children were in between Moon Mahadasha. So simple calculation, Antardasha of Moon is 10 into 10 since it is Moon Mahadasha. So 110 months. So we'll add these things as shown above about the AntarDasha calculation. So I don't want to spend much time. Marriage is in June's AntarDasha in Moon Mahadasha with this calculation. Child 2 was born in Mercury AntarDasha inside Moon Mahadasha. Now let's calculate the PratyantarDasha of child 1 birth. Child 1 was born on 19/6/1970. From above calculation, child 1 was born in Saturn AntarDasha under Moon Mahadasha. Saturn AntarDasha started on 8/3/1960 and ended on 8/10/1970. Here it is. It started here and ended here. 8/3/1969 to 8/10/1970. So we have the start and end date of AntarDasha, and in AntarDasha the same sequence. So whatever is the AntarDasha Lord, first start with its Dasha and then Mercury, Ketu, Venus, Jupiter, same sequence of Vimshottari Dasha will follow. So the calculation for PratyantarDasha is Mahadasha into Mahadasha of AntarDasha, duration of Mahadasha of AntarDasha into duration of Mahadasha of PratyantarDasha divided by 40, and it will give into days. It is Moon Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, and Saturn Pratyantardasha. So Moon Mahadasha is of 10 years, Saturn's Mahadasha is of 19 years, and Saturn again because it is Saturn, Mahadasha is of 19. So if we multiply it and divide by 40, so we get 90.25 days. So 90 plus 0.25 into 24, it is 3 months 6 hours. Date of birth is this. If we add 3 months and 6 hours into it, we get Saturn Pratyantar Dasha ended on 8/6/1969 at 14/11/40. Now Moon, Saturn, Mercury. It is Moon is the Mahadasha Lord, Saturn is the Antardasha Lord, and Mercury is the Pratyantardasha. Moon is 10 year 1917, so 80.75 if we divide it by 40. 80 is 2 months and 20 days, and 0.75 into 24 is 18 hours. So if we add wherever previously it ended over here, and if we add 20 days, 2 months, and 18 hours, we get this. We will need to have it in proper format: 29 days, 8 months, because 6 plus 2 is 8, plus this one is, it is 29 days, 8 months, 1969. This one is getting added because hours goes beyond 24. So if it is more than 24, then we'll get 1 day. We add 1 day here. So this is the Pratyantardasha end of Mercury. After Mercury, it will be Ketu. Ketu is of 7 years, so we do similar calculation. It is 1 month, 3 days, and 6 hours. We add in the previous value. 1 month, 3 days, and 6 hours. We are getting this 0 to 30 days. So it ends on 2/10/1969. Then Venus, we get 95 days, which is 3 months, 5 days. So it ended on 7/1/1970. Venus, it will be Sun. Sun is for 6 years, so we are getting 28.5 days, which is 28 days. So if we add it into this, we are getting this. Then we are just making sure it is between the days lies between 1 to 30, time lies between 0 to 24. So after this, Sun's Pratyantar Dasha ended on 6/2/1978 to 11/40. Moon is of 10 years. So we do the calculation. We are getting it ended at this duration of 23/3/1970. Then comes the Mars for 7 years. So if we add 1 month, 3 days, and 6 hours, so we are getting this value. After that comes the Rahu. Rahu is of 18 years. So we are doing the calculation. It is coming as 2 months, 25 days, and if we add it, we are getting 22/7/1970. Native was born on 19/6/1970. So we can say that on the native was born in Moon Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, and Rahu Pratyantardasha. So we have to do the calculation till this end. After that, only Jupiter. Jupiter is of 76 days, which is 2 months and 16 days. So it ended over here. So we have to just track till the time our event in the exam. After that, we stop the calculation. So the formula for Shukshma and Pran Dasha is written over here, but I am not doing the calculation because in exam at max we have to do the calculation till Pratyantar Dasha. It is Mahadasha of the planet, then Antardasha, Mahadasha duration of the Antardasha Lord, Mahadasha duration of the Pratyantar Dasha Lord, then the Mahadasha duration of the Shukshma Dasha Lord divided by 200. And similarly for Pran Dasha, it is division by 400 and we multiply with the Mahadasha Lord of the Pran Dasha. So this is the note I have written. So we are not doing the calculation. Thank you.